Rick Brandenburg, North Carolina State University, and Turf Bugs and Rock and Roll, and I'm here at the Carolinas Golf Course Superintendent's Annual Conference and Show in Myrtle Beach. Always a good time, always a lot of people, a lot of interest in this, and I'm here with one of my favorite people in the golf industry. Well, somebody I know in the golf industry, Pat Jones of Golf Course Industry Magazine, and he and I every year do this sort of an annual little short video, and we talk a lot about social media and communications and internet and all these sorts of things. And today we talk a little bit about the importance for young people to understand. They understand how important networking is, but they also have to understand how important it is to connect with older gentlemen like Pat and I,
right.
And that it's not always something you do on your smartphone. It may require you embracing all technologies and methods of networking. So Pat, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Right, yeah, you know, and thanks for not using the word old farts, because that's kind of what we are.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it seems to me that one of the lost functions of networking these days is being a little proactive. And so as I talk to young assistant superintendents or young turf professionals, one of the things I like to do is to challenge them a little bit when I see them, and I'll say, do you have a business card that you can give me? And about half the time they do, and about half the time they don't. And I always think that's a missed opportunity, because that young person might think, well, I can just trade information with my phone. I can send Pat my information or whatever else. But you have to remember, I'm an old fart, and I don't remember everything that I hear. So it really does help if somebody's able to reach into their pocket and give me a business card so that I can remember who they are, and I can maybe write something on the back of it that says, hey, this young man would be a great person to write an article for Golf Course Industry Magazine, and maybe it would help that person's career. So I think it's just kind of a lost thing. And the other thing that I really think, when you come to an event like this, and there's so many people, there's more than a couple of thousand turf professionals.
A lot of people.
And that means if you're a young turf professional and you're looking for jobs, or you're looking just to expand your horizons, why wouldn't you want to do a little work before you come here to reach out to, say, some of the instructors that you would like to meet? Or some people, Tim Morgan, who's a good friend of ours and is one of the leading recruiters and career consultants in the industry. He comes to this meeting a lot. Why wouldn't you want to reach out to Tim and say, Tim, can I have 10 minutes of your time? I'll bet you he'll say yes. Or some of those great presenters in there that know a lot about what's going on in the industry. Just ask for 15 minutes of their time. Buy them a cup of coffee. And then after you get done, you ask them some questions. Ask them what they would do if they were you. And then follow up. Send them a nice note afterwards and say, it was great to meet you. You've put them in your network. Exactly. So the whole idea with networking is creating a network and then cultivating it. And I think that's something that young people can do better. And that's something that anybody who's hanging around here in the world of turf, bugs, and rock and roll can improve upon.
Exactly. And, we need to remind the younger people that you and I are from a different culture than they are. But they also need to remind us that we're in a different culture, and maybe we can meet in the middle and do a better job, which reminds me, I probably need to delete my fax number from my business card. I don't think I've got a fax index.
At least it's not a telex number.
Exactly. But anyway, hope that helps. I hope you think about how you can interact both with the younger people than you are and with the older people than you are, and really use networking to even more to your advantage. And thanks for Pat for coming to the Carolina show, and thanks for taking some time to spend on this interview.
And go spend $10 and get some business cards. I mean it.
Thanks, everybody.